July 10th, 2021. When we rode up the mountains, Rocky Mountains, in Pachtumksikimi, as our elders call it, Waterton. When we rode up Sage Pass, all the way to the Continental Divide, and one of the other riders asked me, "Why are the horses doing that?" And I said, "They're seeing things here. Our ancestors." We spent quite some time up there. The experience, it was a tough ride. It wasn't easy, but we all endured that because none of us gave up and turned halfways or whatever. We were determined. Mistaki, Kakato, Sooyis, Mountain Star Lodge. The story goes that Sage Pass is one of the passes that our ancestors walked all the way to Multuyohki, Pacific Ocean. And why the stars? Anybody that comes through there that needs help just to visit, that they will see many stars for a long time in the evening. Lately, the northern lights. Our ancestors are dancing. The northern lights.
Okay, my name is Katrina Houghton Backfat. My Blackfoot name is Nadena Mayaki, One Gun Woman. I know that my ancestors planted me. I know that my ancestors knew exactly who I would become. All those before us passed down gifts. I believe that my parents, my aunties, my grandparents, all of those before us, they laid the foundation for me and my sisters to become who we are today. Both of my parents worked in helping professions, and they demonstrated what it means to be kind-hearted. My parents did everything that they could to provide the best life for me and my sisters. My parents instilled in us to be kind and compassionate. They instilled in us a faith so strong that we could take on anything. Me and my sisters have dreamed of coming together and utilizing our roles to build a healing lodge on our nation. I believe that it's important for this to be done from within the community, and I also believe that my grandparents knew that one day this was going to happen. I believe that they planted seeds in us from the time that we were very little and even before we walked this earth. My grandpa fenced off land for us, knowing who we would become, knowing that one day I would register as a psychologist, that one day my sister would be a registered nurse, one day my sister would be the first family physician from Siksika. I believe that my grandparents, that my aunties, that my parents, my great-great-grandparents, they all knew that one day we would start to build. And it started with my tiny little office. I've had to seek out support from elders, from ceremony, from my family, from my ancestors, lay down offerings, make vows, just so that this tiny office could stand where it stands today. This tiny little office is only the first step. We plan to expand. We plan to have lodges for all aspects of health.
I sat there when he named it and I put all those Blackfoot, it just connected to back to Cosmos, the teachings, because the teachings before Europeans are all our indigenous way of life, and that understanding the natural laws, our understanding the gifts of our societies, our sweat laws, all those things are connected. When Europeans came, it started to disintegrate. Residentials going all this. And now we're here. That's where we need psychologists like you over here, because we're trying to put the Indian back in. The language and all, our spirituality. That's why we need to turn those kids. Otherwise, just stop. See, the evil one is just going to keep taking our kids. It's hope that they need in spirituality, so that we can turn our young generation who are detached from that spiritual, that they can have hope through their connection to the spirit. Because right now, it's going to keep happening. It's going to keep happening. I was there. Twice I could have passed away in my addiction life, but I'm here, and I give thanks, praise to the Creator and the grandfathers.
Siksika women are so powerful. My girl, Katrina, comes from a powerful group of women from way back. You know, her ancestors, her grandmothers, they were medicine women. They put up sun dances for Siksika. When she calls upon her grandmother, her grandma's spirit is with her all the time. And I always tell Katrina, you're not alone. You've got your grandma, your great-grandma, and the list goes on. When we pray, once we smudge, all the ancestors, we call upon them. So they're with her 24/7. All she has to do is ask Grandma, Kaasi, please help me. Grandma, please be with me.
My name is Giselle Bakvat, and my Indian name is Nektuiktibaki, and I was named by my great-grandmother, Mildred Bakvat, and it means holy woman. And I was raised by my grandparents, Jean and Philip Bakvat, along with my sister, Candice Bakvat, and my brother, Classy Bakvat. My role is a mother. My role as well is to help my community and our Indigenous people to heal. I am also a nurse. What brought me into nursing was the loss of my son when I was a young mother. He died at 5 months, and I seen how Indigenous families and young parents were treated. I was denied the right to hold my child, and the nurses turned their backs. So at that moment, I knew that I was going to be one of those nurses that would be there for any other Indigenous family. At first, I think my initial reaction was anger, and then I remember my grandpa telling me that, you know, I have to think about my son and my son's memory, and that I didn't want it to be in vain. So I chose to become that nurse and be there for and help others. This healing lodge is much needed. I think the initial dream was that it would be some kind of women's health clinic, but then we now see addictions in our community, and we need to heal. I always think of COVID, and it wasn't COVID that is killing our people. It is actually addictions, and it's not getting any better. So we need to start taking action, and we need to be the people that heal our own people. I think for us as Indigenous women, as sisters, I think I look at my sisters and I'm very proud of each one of them, and the hard work that they have done to actually focus on healing.
My Blackfoot name is Gidatsinibaki. So I'm a family physician,
and I practice in Calgary and Siksika Nation. I provide full practice family care. One of the areas that I do specialize in is prenatal and maternity care. I see a lot of pregnant women who are creating these lives, growing these humans that really need the best care. One of the most rewarding things I get to do is deliver babies, and that will never, ever get old. This lodge has been a long time coming. We have had a vision for this to support Siksika in a way that hasn't been done before, where women of Siksika, like me and my sisters, can support families, moms, parents, children. The roles that we play really are collaborative with one another. We feel that we can provide a very holistic approach, including Blackfoot ways,